They don't work on other versions, so while the characters, are cross-platform ordinarily, alas.
These will not, but they are also amiibos. There's a little switch under, or the platform that the figures are standing on, you could spin it to turn them to amiibo mode. So if you put them on your platform and they're not working, that is why. You just need to turn that little switch. And we don't know what kind of amiibo functionality they'll have yet, but we are taking a look at them at the beginning of the game, so they don't have their second powers yet, so they only have the 2 attacks right now. And Jeff?
Yes, sir.
The big thing with this one, right now it looks like a standard Skylanders experience, is they've added vehicles.
Yes.
Cars, planes,
boats,
submarines? More like submarines, yes.
All right. What's your favorite?
None of them.
What?
I guess the flight stuff was the best of the 3, but they're all pretty disappointing. It was a huge gamble by Vicarious Visions to kind of change up the formula, and it didn't pay off.
Snake Eyes.
Yeah, definitely. They rolled a 1.
Yep.
And it's about 50% of the game.
Oh, boy.
So it's not, I thought, the Batmobile in Batman Arkham Knight was pretty polarizing, right? Oh, you're going to go get a secret.
You know me.
Pretty polarizing by people. I thought it was fine toward the end of the game. It did have some slow moments, but it didn't ruin that game, right?
Right.
Like, it was still a really fun Batman game with great story and villains and Batman moments. This game, these vehicles really do kind of sap some of the fun from the Skylanders experience, because you do spend a lot of time in them, and it's not that much fun. And a lot of it, most of the car stuff is critical path. Like, the planes and boats, you can avoid them completely if you want. But the one thing I'll say about that is the planes and boats, there's a lot of story sewn into there, and it'll even change the level at times where there's secrets you might not have been able to get unless you did that boat or plane sequence.
And you have to put them on pretty frequently. I've played some co-op with you, and it seemed like the flow was being constantly interrupted by adding.
Yeah,
it's taking the vehicles on and then putting them off.
Yeah, and when I did my review, I played all the way through it. The one thing I'll say is it is probably the cheapest Skylanders entry point since Giants to be able to see all the game.
Okay,
you only have to buy 1 boat, 1 plane, and then you get the car and 2 Skylanders in the set itself.
Right, because you're not gated by elements anymore.
Correct.
Which was always before.
So you could see most of the game without that stuff. And now, so you just got to buy those 2 extra things and you should be set. Unless you play on a harder difficulty, and then you really need to buy a lot of Skylanders, as we experienced.
So then looking toward the future, are the new supercharged characters, do they have an elemental alignment, or are they just straight up, we're all superchargers here?
They do have elements as well.
Okay.
So yeah, the thing you'll see is Donkey Kong, we have his vehicle on here, so he'll be supercharged with that. But other Skylanders that aren't, if you put Spyro on here, he won't be supercharged. And supercharging means that you get a bonus, you'll be a little faster or you'll attack more. There's our first one. So this is one that comes in the package.
Yeah.
It's a very cool ride. And one other thing I'll point out about the vehicles themselves, I just don't think the toys are that cool compared to the figures. I like the monsters. That guy's cool. Spitfire, he's very cool. But that thing, I don't want to pay $16 for that.
And paradoxically, they're the first time that I would consider the Skylander products to be toys, really, when you think about it. Because, they have moving parts. They're not I appreciate this, the craftsmanship that goes into Skylanders in the past, but my kids never really played with them.
But this is the function. I'm spinning the wheel here and that propeller moves.
Right.
That's about the extent of it. Or, this vehicle has moving wheels, so you can roll it along the ground. But no figures inside of them. They just look pretty plain.
Right. I think that Tree Rex, form factor for him alone, what kind of vehicle would you have to make?
Or they could have just put Spitfire in the vehicle. Whenever you used it, he was just bound to the vehicle.
Boy,
you know what I mean? Maybe you didn't have the Skylanders be in the vehicles. They could have just had characters in the vehicles and made them a little bit more exciting.
So a character is can only be in that vehicle.
Yeah,
it's specific to it. Okay, interesting.
Maybe he doesn't have legs, or he's a snail or something. You wouldn't want to play us, but he's really good in a vehicle. So another new thing they have is, you saw the chapter there?
Yeah.
it's not just levels. They just have like little story break moments in the level. So you might hit like 4 chapters in a stage.
Okay.
And then those, like when you turn the game off, you can start from those kind of checkpoints.
Okay. So do you find yourself spending as much time in the hub?
Yes.
Yes, you do? Okay.
Same amount of time. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say there's like 11, 12 stages like that. But all sorts of stuff to do in the hub. You know, the racing is there. We won't be able to show that today because it's not unlocked till later in the game.
Yeah.
But the racing is Jeff, you played a few races.
Yeah, it's the vehicles just don't. They're not super responsive. You know, the input is kind of laggy, and you just don't get a real nice sense of momentum with it.
Okay, so I'm going to start this race here. I'm going to be player 1 in it. Here's another weird thing: is Skylanders has always been a co-op game. You could see we have 2 characters here on screen. It still is co-op, but only 1 vehicle at a time. So this means that I get to drive, whereas Jeff gets to shoot the gun.
Yep.
And these sequences here are really cumbersome. So I'm hitting right. You'd think that would turn me to the right.
Yep.
It doesn't. It's backwards right now.
And I can also kind of do like a Mario Galaxy style pick stuff up in addition to shooting. And this is a pretty crowded ride when you think about it, because I get Diddy Kong in here as well.
There's a secret behind that wall. Here, hold on. Here's a pro tip. Shoot that wall right there.
I'm trying. His barrels are weird. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Elegant.
Damn. We done did it. And here's a little collector thing. Get the balloons.
You can do it. I have faith.
So all the racing tracks are pretty damn wide like this. Even wider. Where it's like the big thing you're doing is like collecting coins and hitting jumps. Sometimes there's enemies, but they're really easy to take down. They fly like right in front of you. Okay. So up we go. Yeah,
Floor it. You can do it.
now we gotta find 3. Oh, he was up there. I saw him. Let's do that again. All right.
Here we go. Second time.
Oh, wrong way. Kill that thing. Chompies are back. A lot of enemies return. Some really creative enemies. And the one thing I'll say is the crap. This
These
whole
vehicles.
controls being backwards thing is so weird. The one thing I'll say is the single player levels are really great. Like, or the standard Skylanders experience levels. I'm gonna see if I could go over this way.
All right. We've had it. That Chompy's going to have to die on his own time.
All right.
Here we go. Get ready.
And here's some collectible puzzle. There's no reverse. There we go.
Ta-da!
So this is an arena battle. There are racing segments as well. And it's beautiful. Like, I mean, the game is really, really beautiful. Especially on Xbox One and PS4 with the enhanced lighting and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. It's a really nice looking game.
Get them. And I played through on Nightmare as well. I will say the vehicle segments can be really frustrating on that.
Yes. That's one where you're going to want a big stash of toys on Nightmare difficulty, at least. A lot of dying.
You know what that is?
Looks like a toolbox.
No.
Ah, chest, okay.
Snatch it up, Skylander. It'll give you a boost.
You heard him.
Should we pass on it?
Yeah, I'm good.
And up we go.
There we go.
Yeah!
I thought you were going to go right over it.
He was just spinning on his own. I don't
Yeah?
know what that's about.
Oh, really? He does that on his own?
Okay, so we got a mod.
Supercharger Skylanders can press the customization button to customize your
So at any time I can come in here
specialty mods.
Okay.
and look at the mods.
Vehicle.
So that's what we're going to be rocking.
Vehicle at any time.
Does it feel any different?
Things are
No.
getting pretty
No?
unstable.
Not
Okay.
much. I mean, it's a +5 over what? A +100?
Yeah.
Meet us in the sky hangar. You'll find it. We're
Here we
going to
go.
try and track down our ship.
All right, now a standard driving sequence. Jeff still just shooting the gun. That is his
That's
role.
my cue to shoot the gun, I suppose.
And that's for all the segments, for the racing and submarines. And like I said, it's about 50% of the game, right? Like there's a lot of this stuff in here. And they go on for a bit. You can see this. It's a lengthy little sequence.
Shoot out! Trying to collect the little gears for you, too.
So it's a little Mario Galaxy-esque in that capacity.
Yep.
Do this?
Okay.
You can shoot the buildings, I think.
Oh, really?
Vehicles of the Earth element are stronger in this zone.
And for those wondering, yeah, I don't think I can fire while Jeff's firing.
Can you fire if I'm not?
Let's see. No.
Okay.
Here's some enemies, as I was talking about.
You sound like you're having a super great time.
I mean, it really is. Just these tracks are so wide.
Yeah.
The vehicles just kind of feel sluggish. I don't know.
It seems like you didn't like this nearly as much as you have in past.
Every Skylanders game in the past I've given an 8+.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed the series. I spent a lot of money on this series. But this time around, I'm going to get Fiesta is a very cool character. We'll show him after this racing sequence.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Stormblade is great. And Smash Hit's really good too. So I'm going to buy those 3 figures for use in hopefully next year's game. I hope Toys for Bob. Toys for Bob gets it back in line here. This is not. It just doesn't feel like Skylanders anymore. Those little. They've always had sequences like this in the old games where it was just like one here or there, and it was fine to kind of change it up, give it a little variety. But this, just going all in on this, just not good.
Yeah.
All right, let's change up our characters here. Welcome back, Jeff.
All right, here we go.
All right, so I'm going to take
person again.
off, me off,
day.
and I'm going to be Stormblade.
Yep.
Feather the storm.
And I'm going to have you be Fiesta.
He's the best.
It's party time.
Hold on. First, I'm going to do one more character.
What do you
think this says? What does this guy say?
Fear about fish.
Well, there you go.
All right, you're back.
I'm gonna brush the krill out of his mouth.
Yeah,
before he says that.
that toy might get recalled. Did they recall that minion from, was it McDonald's or Burger King that said WTF or whatever?
Yeah, no.
Did they just let that go?
Magic element.
Yeah, I have one of those at home, and it doesn't sound.
Oh,
that
I'm
bad.
Fiesta. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't get to be the cool guy. He's the best new character, by the way. Look at him.
Oh yeah. He's got a little minion of his own.
Yeah, so we have all 3 of his attacks unlocked. He can summon 3 little guys.
I like any kind of summoning style character, so I am.
Yeah, he's a
all
lot of
about
fun.
that guy.
And you could just hold down his musical thing here.
You managed to escape 2-way,
Oh, guess what this is?
Oh no.
And I'm going to give you the main controller.
Oh
Jeff.
really? We're doing a little switcheroo here.
I want you to play as the submarine.
I'm gonna play as the submarine. Okay, here we go.
And the vehicles cost more than the main characters, by the way. I believe they're $14.99. I think the main characters are $12.99.
Try that splash. Sound good?
I think you could skip
And you
this.
need. I'm trying.
X or Y. Oh, that's right.
Need to use a
Yeah, X or Y, I
vehicle
think.
to take on
Yeah,
this mission,
I am
Skylander.
pushing all the buttons. It really wants me to.
Okay, so we put a C vehicle on here.
And you do this a lot, so get used to this.
Yeah, look at that thing. You want to own that, kids?
Yeah. Somewhat ambivalent.
Okay, so you get to jump in.
All right, here we go. So what am I doing here?
I'm shooting, you're driving.
How do
So
I-
gas, you got gas. A button is dive.
Okay.
In this zone.
So I'm just driving in a circle, right? Basically.
So I'm aiming at this, but it only shoots what's in front. So
That's fun.
basically, yeah, basically I just got to hit the button when you're turned the right way.
Okay, here we go.
He's taking damage. Engage safety protocols.
Okay, so
here's a gun.
Focus on this guy first. And I'll
Dive! Good work. Vehicles.
I'm not gonna lie, Reiner. I'm having the time of. I'm not having a super great time actually.
Bet you there's 3 of these.
Okay.
Total damage.
Oh!
And this is optional, correct?
This one is optional, so you could just
Because
completely.
only the car is mandatory.
Yep. But let's show what happens when we finish this sequence.
It's kind of a big deal.
What is?
This sequence, like by not doing this, you would be missing out on something.
Yeah, you're gonna miss something. I mean, outside of this fun and these cool water effects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kaplooey, as they say.
Yeah.
Great work, Skylander.
Okay, great
I
work.
knew you were the right one for this
So
mission.
in we go.
Oh, that's my cue to go in. It's like, I was just soaking up all the praise.
I think we go in there.
Send her out, take
Why
her
not?
out to
Yep.
escape.
Dive.
Oh, God. Get in there.
Oh. Oh.
All right, let's
So
do
guess
it.
what you get to do?
What?
Dive below that.
Okay.
That's kind of cool, right?
Yep.
But just keep the gas down. This is like a racing sequence. Dive.
Well,
Too early. I'll
I
just
do not like
randomly
this
shoot the
sub. This
button.
is not fun to pilot.
Why? Remember Wave Race? I miss those games.
Yeah, Wave Race was super fun.
Yeah, just this kind of tunnel vision here kind of reminds me of that.
What just happened there?
There, we got some more battling to do. Oh, no, we don't. Don't dock there. Dock at the far one. Yeah, over here.
Okay. Good grief.
What else can we say? There's a lot of collectibles in this game, which, when you're on foot, is fun. Again, some really clever, some of the best levels. Vicarious Visions, when they're doing their on-foot stuff, does such a good job. They did
Oh,
that
yeah.
with Swap Force. I really like their levels, and they did it again here. There's a storybook level that's really cool, changes up the visual style.
And you were kind of raving about one level that takes place in a chicken processing plant.
Yeah, there's a chicken area, like where you get to see where fast food chicken meals are made. It's kind
At
of
least in the
disturbing.
Skylanders universe.
Yeah, there's a really
Politics.
fun monster level as well, where you are you turn to the size of a kaiju like Godzilla or King Kong, and you can step on enemies. And you really like this guy, don't you?
I love him.
That level's cool, but unfortunately they don't last too long, and there's vehicle stuff sewn into them, which isn't great.
Yeah. So what do you think the likelihood is that vehicles will make it into the game in any way, shape, or form next year?
We will never see them again.
You don't think so?
No. Oh, I'm brown.
Oh, God. I totally botched that.
I look like a baby
There we
Chewbacca.
go. We didn't coordinate that very well, did we?
No, we're not very good. Okay, we could just go to the exit. But you can get all three of these to get a bonus. But again, tons of collectibles. The new Skystones game is really fun.
said-
Why are you pushing me off of here?
I'm trying to push you into the thing.
There we go.
There we
The
go.
new Skystones game is great. I really enjoyed that. It's tough. The NPCs are pretty good at it.
Well, that's like the collectible card game within the game.
Yeah, they added a bunch of different things to it. The new hats are fun. New legendary items that you can drop in the environment and interact with in the hub world.
You think it, like by now, just coming up with
You just increased your
character
performance.
archetypes is difficult, but coming up with hats that they have not put in the game, that has to be the hardest part, I
Yeah,
would say.
some of them are just like, what is that even?
Yeah, now they're just animals. It's
You know, like,
an entire cake.
yeah, there is stuff like that, like cakes and.
Skylanders of the air element.
This is a new hat. That's a graduation cap.
Yeah. You look very smart. All your hard work paid off.
Oh, look at that. Speaking of ice cream.
Yum.
Look out! So again, all the on-foot stuff, pretty fun, true to Skylanders. I'm pulling Jeff off screen here.
Yep. Always love that.
These are new, the little pinatas. They give you plenty of experience in gold and money and food.
So would this be like the first that you recommend people sit out entirely? I mean, the score is kind of pointing in that direction.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I wish people would see the cool elements of it somehow, like that storybook level.
Prisoners.
But yeah, I mean, the vehicles are rough. They're a rough ride. Oh, guess what?
what?
Our last segment here.
Oh,
This zone.
this is the Skyfox
Yep.
section.
So I'm going to supercharge it.
All right. I appreciate that.
Slicer. Supercharged.
She's really cool.
Yeah. I just jump into the air and disappear.
Okay. So I'm
Vehicles
just,
of the
you're
life element
flying.
are stronger in this zone.
Why? Seems like you should be flying, right?
No, you should experience it. So you can hit B to like barrel roll or A.
Go faster
you go.
by activating the accelerator button.
I really am.
And I can shoot.
Yay!
Release the accelerator button to slow down.
And that shield up there gives you invincibility. And you see the arrows pointing to our target here.
You know what to do.
Let's get on.
Thanks for freeing us, Skylander. Let's get out of here.
I like what she's saying.
Not to
Let's get
alarm
out of here.
anyone, but we are currently under attack.
Help, Skylander!
And this will go on for a bit, but I agree with Jeff. That is a brief look, but a fairly complete look at the different modes of transportation, I guess, in the new Skylanders game. Not great. I ended up giving it a 6.5 out of 10.
Bummer.
Yeah, it really is a bummer. Hopefully, Toys for Bob, if they are continuing the annualization of the series, can get it back on track next year.
Yep.
If they are indeed the developer working on it. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this is the first big misstep for the series, and that has had a great track record up to this point. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Test Chamber.